Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Jane Gardner, and welcome to the Let's Go Live show. Yes, today, another show. Unbelievable, considering what I'm going through at the moment. But anyway, welcome. This is Jane Gardner, and welcome to the Let's Go Live show. This is episode 18, and we're going to talk about one of the things I love, Chromakey. And we are going to be talking about Chromakey, and it is going to possibly be interesting for you. And we're going to talk about Chromakey. So it's one of my secrets for creating the studio that I like, and I will be talking about that right about now. So let's get started. Welcome to the Let's Go Live show, and share yourself to connect with your ideal audience. Hey, I'm Jane Gardner. I work with my husband at a structural engineering firm, and I've got to make this fairly quick because we're going off to see the accountant soon. So, and in 2018, I also created 4 TV channels on Roku and Fire TV, and have figured out an ultimate TV channel system that is easy for anyone if you start by becoming visible and getting your own show. And now let's say, why are you not getting live? You should be seen. You are an authority. You need to be consistent. People need to get to know you. I'm sure if you've watched at least 3 episodes, you've gotten to know me in a little bit. And previously we talked about mindset stopping you from being seen, how having a dedicated studio space makes it easy to broadcast. We looked at ambient light, ambient sound, the acoustics. We looked in depth on microphones to use for good quality sound. We looked at internal and external webcams, as well as lighting. And lighting is one thing that basically you have to try your lighting and see if you're happy with it. So that's because there are 3 components to a studio setup: audio, light, and video. And right now we're talking about video? No, we're not talking about video. We're talking about Chromakey as an extra component to your studio setup, although I think it's an essential component to your studio setup. So let's put it in. Chromakey setup studio. Anyway, so of course you want to always have good quality video so that you can be well lit, sound good, and look good, and have control of how you look, etc. And you need, of course, 3-point lighting at least, 2 in the front, 1 at the back, to maybe give you highlights in your hair. And of course we looked at the various types of lights that you can get, and reflectors and softbox lights we've looked at. And we looked at softbox lighting in depth last time. And today we're going to talk about Chromakey and green screen. So what is a green screen? Well, the fancy word is, of course, to use a Chromakey, a green or blue screen. Green isn't a color you see much in your surrounding for a video, so they use that a lot to be the color that can be replaced and made into a Chromakey, such that you have then no background. So I haven't decided what we should do in terms of going back and forth to me and the studio, but basically with a Chromakey green screen, you can isolate and remove your background, as you can imagine by looking at my set today. I am in the basement with a very messy basement behind me, but there is a green screen behind me which is being used to basically cut out the basement for one, and also onto the Chromakey I can add a background of video using the software that I have. Now, of course, sometimes you can just use a green screen, but you have to go into your camera and change the settings for that. So let's go and change the settings. Most webcams have a remove the background because you need to keep things simple with Chromakey. This one also has a color key, so you can use different colors, but for now, we're not going to talk about that. So we're going to take off my Chromakey and we're going to talk about green screen and how amazing it is. As you can see, I am a picture within my software of XSplit, which we'll talk about next time. But this is basically, as you can see, it's not a green flat space, it's a wrinkled green fabric as well. I have put it on my chair because it is also a very messy chair. So I like to have it so that it hides the chair, so it looks like I don't have a chair behind me. And any shadows that I have on the green screen, they can be taken out by adding a light. Can I add a light? Yeah, I don't know if that'll make much difference here. Yeah. So basically, green screen is great to remove, basically because, no, we're too far over that side. I can't open it up so you can see the back. You don't want to see my basement. Anyway, so basically with a green screen, you can, obviously, you can isolate and remove your background and add your own background. You can add your own theme. You can add your own brand to your business. If you just change the stop making ourselves dizzy. So yeah, let's just stay this way. So with Chromakey, you can move and you can zoom yourself all over the screen. Once you've removed the background, you are now in an environment where if you use a software like XSplit, you can do as many things as you want. So I could add myself twice to this. Twice. No, I can't add myself twice, but I can add myself in a different screen and then add that screen, etc., depending on the software. But I can move myself over here, which is useless because I'm behind the screen. Basically, I am now free to represent myself any way I wish. And of course, depending on the background that I use, it can, of course, be useful. So you could do a lot of things. This is basically the website, Let's Get Visible show, and we can go and put myself on this screen. Here we are, and I could be in the bottom, and obviously turn on my green screen, and I will have a black background there. So there we go. See, I'm now on my website, and I can talk about my website, etc. And I can clean up all this at another time. So you can move and zoom yourself all over the screen when you have no background and you're not static in the camera. Obviously, the camera has to have Chromakey in order for this to work, and most webcams do. And you can add a background, you've already seen that. And you can add animation, text, and video. We've seen how we can add text and video to the background. Text, it depends on the software, of course. Adding text, where am I here? Oh, here I am. So we could add some text here. This is based on the software though, not on the webcam as such. Jane-Gardner at Let's Go Live Show. So this is based on the software, which is XSplit rather than, oh yeah, it's way too big. So we need to get here smaller. There we go, Jane-Gardner. And so you can add text, you can animate your text, you can do animations, you can do video, you can do quite a bit once you have removed the background. And the background is no longer fixed, and you can do many things as I've shown you. So the 3-point system lighting doesn't work as well for this because of course it's got more backgrounds. Where are we here? Let's turn ourselves back on. There we are. And there's a shadow from the chair. You just pull your screen and there we go. So you have to use a 4-point or 5-point lighting system because you need some lights on the background in order to get the shadows out from behind you on the green screen. Or you get either the green screen close enough or far enough, depending on your studio, such that there isn't as many shadows as there would be if you can remove them. So we need at least a 4-point or a 5-point lighting system, and those are just usually extra lights. You usually get them in with a stand in your lighting, your studio kit, so it's no problem to do that. So what happens when the light hits the green screen? It could be fabric, it could be a wall, it could be some synthetic material. It's the color itself. As long as it's that color, it will be chroma-key. There could be some reflection on your face of green from the chroma key, and so when you do green screen recordings without sufficient lighting for the green screen itself, you can isolate, you can key out the green screen. You can notice hints of green color on your face, on your clothes, all over your body, and that becomes impossible to remove later once you have recorded your video. And I had a other webcam, and once I got this webcam I didn't really have that kind of problem. I have a little blurriness around the hairline, but everywhere else it seems to be fairly isolated in terms of adding green, and there's some green there I see. And once you start looking for it, you notice it. But to be honest, the flexibility that a green screen does for you, it's worth having. And so all you have to do, of course, is to have sufficient distance from the background to prevent the reflection of the green light onto your body. So it's safe to say that with a green screen you will need much more space, but it depends. I mean, I've gotten a better quality webcam and I don't have as much green as I used to have on myself. And but if you want to do a green screen, then you have to experiment and try to get the best position for your green screen. And remember, you don't need a huge green screen. If you have a huge green screen, there would be a need to light up more of the screen, but all you really need is to light up is only the parts that you are in front of, which is right around the person. And if the person happens to move a bit, then you'll need a little bit more space around that person with the green screen in order to make it work. So we're going to look at a variety of green screens that you can get at Amazon, just because it's an easy place to find them. Obviously you can find them other places as well. They were used quite a bit in photography as well, so, and of course in TV they use them quite a bit. So we are going to have a look at a variety that you may not be aware of. And so let's get out of this and get into Amazon and move that over a bit because we don't need to see all that. So you can get mini kits. They use them for photography. You can get quite large green screens. You can get a green curtain, which is included in your lighting studio setup, which I think is the best deal. There are some people who use them for photography, so they want to make sure they have a certain way that they are all set up. But they can have all kinds of ways to tighten the screen so you don't have to worry about wrinkles. What I thought was interesting, and then of course there's always a bag to put it in so it's portable, so you can set it up anywhere. What I thought was interesting was these ones here, in that I have seen a person sitting in a well, they tell me later that they were sitting in the kitchen, and basically as long as the green screen and the camera fits within this circle, they can put any image on as their background, and they can be anywhere. So it's portable. It can go over top of the chair, and it's foldable up, obviously, into a bag, so you can take it with you. And this one as well, it would be good for standing, I guess. I'm not a stander, so. And there's some retractable ones which are interesting. I think that would be fairly heavy to carry around, but it rolls up into a green screen, and there's a 3/4 that's more for photography, and this is the one that it comes and folds out and comes up, and it has its own stand. The stands that I have are very easy to use. You just put this fabric onto it, and it does it fine. And as you can see from my wrinkled green screen, it doesn't matter about it being wrinkled because of the camera quality. So as you can see, there's quite a few different ones. I'm not sure why there's that many. I don't think there's anything. Oh, here's one interesting. So you could have one that you take to do presentations, although I'm not sure why you would do that. I guess if you're recording it, and it includes free backgrounds. There's a lot of people who do gaming on the internet, and they love to have their own backgrounds on there. Oh, and that's cute with the fellow and the astronaut. Anyway, basically it's a green screen. So let's go back to the presentation. So you can have a variety of green screens, and it's one of the things that I wouldn't live without. I mean, as you can see, it can be portable, so it's not like I couldn't move my studio somewhere else. And so next time, what are we going to do? I don't know. I'll think of, oh yes, that's it. The important one. My favorite and my favorite, which is XSplit. I wouldn't be here doing this without my green screen, excuse me, and XSplit. Because as you can see, it does a lot of things, including adding text. Remove that. Doesn't look tidy. We're going to talk next time about XSplit in terms of the studio. There's other things that XSplit does we'll talk about later as a broadcaster. But next time I'm going to show you how XSplit is worth having, and something similar, of course, because you can make yourself look better than you are. Now, I always I believe that if I don't wear makeup and if I don't, brush my hair and be perfect, then this will get you up on into a show. But with XSplit, you can remove a little bit, blur a little bit more than you need to, and change the color, because it's amazing how different the light temperature can be broadcast through your computer, even when you have the same lights and you haven't changed the bulbs. But one day you can be a bit more yellow, or you can be a bit more white, and we'll be discussing that next time about how XSplit can make you look good. See you next time.